kind of parts in here. Piece of cars. Ford money for Mark P. What that is. Ford wrench, I think. That goes on plow. Maybe they wouldn't know what that is.
By all appearances, he's an eccentric old man who hoards a lot of junk. But to the people of Evergreen, Alabama, he's quite a celebrity. This is my uncle, 82-year-old James Leonard McKenzie. Folks here just call him Jimmy Mack. It's a title of honor, as his late father, my grandfather, Mack, was known to be a man who was truly a jack of all trades and master of them all. Pioneer aviator, flight instructor, auto and truck mechanic, machinist, welder, welding instructor, math teacher, clocksmith, and patented inventor. Jimmy inherited a lot of those same skills. Now, what looks like piles of just old junk is resources. When Jimmy repairs cars or tractors, rarely does he have to charge for parts. He creates his own out of any of the things you see pictured here. Now, he's by no means an environmentalist, yet there's irony here. As the world screams for more recycling and resource management, Jimmy's been repurposing discarded junk since he was a boy. One day he decided he needed a tractor, so he took materials like discarded steel I-beams from a demolished building and built his own. And yes, it runs. On different parcels of land throughout rural Connecticut County, he's taken materials from condemned structures and built a house, a barn, and several other structures to house some of his more precious treasures. Jimmy Mack's favorite thing to hoard is old cars. It started when he was just 11 years old. The number of cars grew quickly. They surrounded the shop and the sides of the street. The city of Evergreen threatened to litigate, so he began acquiring land. This is not a junkyard. It's Jimmy Mack's wildlife preserve for his stray rusted pets. Here they're free to roam, be fruitful, and multiply. Several rest hidden in the overgrowth. Their headlights peer at you from behind the trees to avoid predators. But his most precious treasures are kept here, inside a vault-like building hidden behind blankets of kudzu and tall southern pines that grow quick as dandelions. It's dark in here. I brought extra lights, however, there is no longer electricity. Someone found this place and ransacked all the copper wiring. Sleeping under blankets of dust are a 1930 Pierce Arrow limousine powered by a straight-eight Lycoming, a 1928 Studebaker President, a 1924 Maxwell. Each of these could almost be museum quality if they were just cleaned up. This is a 1932 Ford two-door sedan. It's affectionately known as Monster Coach. Jimmy had a lot of success drag racing with it back in the 60s. Here's a photo of me when I was 18 months old, sitting at the wheel of Monster Coach. It was taken the day after I lost my right eye, after a mishap with a drinking glass. I fell, the glass broke, and severed the optic nerve to the brain. It's one of several reasons I no longer see well enough to drive. Of all the cars he owns, this 32 Ford 5-window coupe remains my favorite. For the few short years I was able to drive, this is the car I learned in. Uncle Jimmy, my dad, and my granddad each took turns teaching me. Call it teenage optimism, or just denial. I never acknowledged what my dad, granddad, and Uncle Jimmy knew. My years of being a licensed driver would be short-lived, and that's if I had any at all. One day, Uncle Jimmy let me drive the Deuce Coupe up and down the back roads of rural Connecticut County. I was just 14 years old. The smell of hot exhaust and sunburned upholstery, my left hand on the wheel, my right on the stick, right foot on the gas, left on the clutch, and that Buick Nailhead V8 roared for me. All of these elements combined to create a teenage opiate called freedom. As short-lived as it was, it remains the greatest gift he ever gave me. And I'll always love him for it. Freedom to do as he wishes is now something Jimmy struggles with. In December of 22, his foot slipped off the clutch. His old pickup found a telephone pole. He's now in a lot of pain from injuries to his back and hip, and it frustrates him. Even with this sign posted on the shop door, people still hound him to fix things for him.
Nothing. About quit fooling this shit. Hell, I'm 82 years old.
There's nobody else in Evergreen who can do it. They know that. He knows that. So he bides his time, waiting for his health to return, hoping he resumes his reign as his rusted majesty, Jimmy Mack, the Rat Rod King.
Well, it ain't cheap being poor, and I can't take any more of the tickets and the taxes and the fees. I work hard for my pay, and they